quarterback to lead his team to 6 Super Bowl championships. It's another New England celebration. Super Bowl number 6 for the Patriots. Super Bowl number 6 for Tom Brady. And if you had any doubt before, well, maybe this will convince you that Brady is the greatest quarterback in NFL history. New England beats the Rams 13-3. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the Super Bowl in Atlanta.
There was something for everyone at the Super Bowl, even non-football fans. CBS's Allison Keyes with the Monday morning quarterbacking on the halftime show and the commercials.
That whole Maroon 5 thing generally panned on social media such as Twitter, where people wanted to know why he was shirtless. And didn't Janet Jackson get in trouble for less?
Answers are new questions.
From this Twilight Zone trailer with Get Out creator Jordan Peele to ads featuring everything from Game of Thrones dragons to robots and AI, this year's commercials were aimed at a younger crowd. Allison Keyes, CBS News.
President Trump watched some of the game from Mar-a-Lago. Before he flew to Florida, he spoke with CBS's Face the Nation moderator, Margaret Brennan, about possible U.S. plans for ousting Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro.
What would make you use the U.S. military in Venezuela? What's the national security
Well, I don't want to say
interest?
that, but certainly it's something that's on the, it's an option.
The UK, Spain, France each voted today to recognize the opposition's Juan Guaido as the country's legitimate leader. The pressure grows for Virginia Governor Ralph Northam to resign over a photo on his medical school yearbook page with one person in blackface, the other wearing a white KKK hood. WUSA TV's Lorenzo Hall.
At a town hall this weekend, people who would normally support Northam have had a change of heart.
Kind of broken, devastated, shocked. The pictures are horrible. It's best for him to step down.
So who is supporting Northam? Right now, Lieutenant Governor Justin Fairfax isn't urging him to resign, and former Virginia Congressman Jim Moran is defending the governor, saying he should be given a second chance.
The governor says it wasn't him in the photo, but acknowledges he did wear blackface once when he dressed up as Michael Jackson. There's a new round of dangerous weather in the Sierra Nevadas. Officials have issued blizzard and avalanche warnings after up to 8 feet of snow fell. It's making driving dicey.
It's been kind of scary. The visibility has been a little bit low.
Forecasters predict another 8 feet for Northern California and Nevada over the next 2 days. S&P futures are unchanged. This is CBS News.
You have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance shouldn't be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Some job recruitment sites overload your inbox with resumes. Glassdoor knows not just any will do. From 62 million job seekers, Glassdoor only matches you with qualified candidates who have the skills and experience your small business needs to grow. In fact, Glassdoor hires are 30% more likely to stay with your company longer. And Glassdoor can help you find that perfect candidate in half the resumes. Go to glassdoor.com/hire. Glassdoor. Find the right fit for your business.
You know when you have about a billion things to do today, and then you realize you're out of whatever it is that you really need, and next day shipping isn't going to cut it because you really need it in like an hour. Yeah, that's when you turn to Office Depot Office Max. Buy what you need online at OfficeDepot.com or on our app, and pick it up in store for free in just 1 hour, so you can get back to whatever else is lurking on your to-do list. And now save big at the Buy 2, Get 1 free event. That's Buy 2, Get 1 free at Office Depot Office Max. Offer expires February 9th, 2019.
There's a new museum just for dog lovers in New York.
There's 1,700 works of canine art at the American Kennel Club Museum of the Dog. The 2 floors are filled with dog paintings, drawings, and sculptures of man's best friends.
They see probably some of the finest dog paintings in the world.
The museum's executive director, Alan Fossel, says there's also interactive exhibits like obedience training.
Molly, let's work. Sit. Good girl.
And one that finds a breed that looks like you.
It'd be fun for the social media. Take your photograph, email it to your friends, what kind of dog you might look like.
One thing there won't be at the dog museum, actual dogs. No dogs allowed. Mara Rubin, CBS News, New York.
The mystery of the Insta egg is over. In early January, a plain brown egg stole the title of most liked account from Kylie Jenner. No one knew what it meant. Now, the egg announcing it was cracking because of pressure on social media. The message is that if you're struggling to, talk to someone and check out mentalhealthamerica.net. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
This is a special announcement for all Americans who owe back taxes to the IRS or state. Pay attention, there's a special toll-free hotline set up especially for you. This hotline will give you free information on how you can legally reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call the taxpayer hotline today at 800-459-1725. Grab a pen or put the number in your cell phone, 800-459-1725. You'll speak with qualified professionals who tell you how to stop the collection calls, IRS letters, bank levies, and wage garnishments, and they'll deal directly with the IRS on your behalf so you don't have to. Even if you haven't filed returns or you are already in a payment plan, you can still get relief. New IRS settlement policies have opened the doors for a fresh start. But hurry, this won't last forever, and your tax problem will only get worse if you do nothing or try to handle it yourself. It makes a big difference in who you call. So call the taxpayer hotline today for free information. 800-459-1725. 800-459-1725.
TJ Sampson Community Hospital will be offering calcium scoring screenings for only $50 during the month of February. A cardiac CT scan for coronary calcium is a non-invasive way of obtaining information about the presence of plaque in the arteries and is an extremely helpful tool in identifying your risk of a heart attack. More than 2,500 Americans die each day from heart disease. Don't become another statistic. This special is only good for the month of February, so call TJ Sampson today to schedule your appointment.
At U.S. Bank, just picture what you can do with a low home equity rate. Cook up a new kitchen, say ID to the perfect wedding. If you can picture it, you can do it with a U.S. Bank home equity line of credit. Apply today at your local U.S. Bank. Visit usbank.com. Go ahead, bring your dreams to life. You've got the strength of U.S. Bank behind you. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning, everybody. 7 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour, 51 degrees from the studios of WCLU this morning. It's a pleasant feel to things. Even though we had a warm weekend, we're going to enjoy this day by day. There's some rain in the forecast, though. Coming up today after 4 o'clock, some rain is likely here in south central Kentucky. A cloudy day, a high of 65 degrees. We'll see the winds pick up, too, as the rain moves in. Some gusts as high as 31 miles an hour. Overall, the precip chance today is 60%. That continues tonight with showers likely. A cloudy night tonight, a low of 52 degrees. 30% chance of showers on Tuesday. A cloudy day. Look at this, 62 degrees tomorrow. Tuesday night, a 40% chance of showers. Cloudy, low of 54. And then Wednesday, showers. Maybe a thunderstorm slipping in here as we get very near 70 degrees on Wednesday. The rain chance Wednesday, 90%. Sounds different, doesn't it? Constant coverage of studio radar screen this morning shows some rain developing in West Tennessee, southwest Tennessee for the most part. Let's see if I can describe this to you. Down I-40 in between Jackson and Nashville, there's some pretty good shower activity all the way south into northern Alabama from that point. And it's kind of picked up here in the last hour or so, so we'll see that move into our area. That's our afternoon rain, I guess, is what we're trying to say. Barometer is 29.98. Winds out of the southeast at 3 miles an hour. Humidity is at 86%. No precip in the bucket as of yet, but it appears to be on the way. 51 degrees at WCLU. I was supposed to share birthdays with you this morning, wasn't it? Well, I'm out of whack here this morning, Wes, so let me get the music going so we can talk about the birthdays.
First up, tell us who's good as gold. I need to know that.
Well, okay, it's Seth Gross Day on the radio.
Gotcha.
Seth Gross, a good man. Hope Seth has a good day today. We got that. Now we've got the birthday today of Miss Lori Bunch, Cheryl Reese, Clarice Strode, Justin Heiser has a birthday. It's Brittany Jackson out at Jackson Health and Wellness Center. Miss Brittany has a birthday today. Woody Gardner, Brandon Bartley, Brad Manship, Aaron Turner Huff. Ava Wood is 8 today. A.R. Taylor Jr. is 73.
Got another birthday.
Okay, go ahead.
Julie Thomas.
Julie Thomas?
If you want to add that.
I will. And let me also add Briley Barron. Brian is a senior at Barron County High School. Hope Briley has a good birthday today. Briley is 18. And then we've got Clay Robertson having a birthday today, too. Let's see, two anniversaries. It is Fran and Lee Bidwell. Mr. and Ms. Bidwell with a wedding anniversary today. It's number 53 for Philip and Wanda Doyle today. Congratulations. What a good start. 651-9140.
You want to put an anniversary on?
Okay.
Sorry, but they keep calling.
Well, that's what we're here for.
It's Lee and Fran Bidwell.
Yes, I just gave it the other way. I just said it's Fran and Lee Bidwell.
Okay.
A nice couple, very nice couple. They're both very nice folks, and happy anniversary to the Bidwells here today. And let's see, also Philip and Wanda Doyle have their 53rd wedding anniversary today. There we go. Phone lines are open, as you can tell, and we've got Wes Royce in the newsroom with our first check of local news. Straight ahead, it's 6:10.
Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow. Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. The Kentucky State Police Academy presented diplomas to 35 new troopers at a graduation ceremony held in Frankfort this past weekend, and their addition to the force brings the agency's strength to a total of 809 troopers serving the citizens of the Commonwealth. Kentucky State Police Commissioner Rick Sanders said the new troopers were a welcome addition to the ranks, noting that 58 troopers retired from the agency in 2017. Who will fill their shoes, he asked. Who will walk in their footsteps and protect the citizens of the Commonwealth? Sanders challenged the families and friends of the new troopers to help in the recruitment process. Kentucky Justice Secretary John Tilley praised the dedication of the new troopers. The new troopers are part of the agency's 97th cadet class. They reported for training on August the 12th of last year in a class that consisted of 61 cadets. 26 resigned during the program. 7 cadets earned associate's degrees in general occupational and technical studies from the Bluegrass Community and Technical College during their training. They include locally from Glasgow, Jordan Matthews, and from Bowling Green, Caton Parker. The cadets are the second group to benefit from new hiring guidelines established by the legislature in 2017. Through this revision, anyone who possesses a high school diploma or GED and has 3 years of full-time work experience can apply for employment as a Kentucky State Trooper and earn an associate's degree during the training process. The following is a list of the new troopers, their duty assignments, and their hometowns or residents. In Post 1, Justin Fox of Scottsville. In Post 2, Trevor High from Tompkinsville. In Post 3, from Bowling Green, it's Brent Davis, and from Glasgow, Jordan Matthews. And in Post 9, Pikeville, Caton Parker from Bowling Green will be stationed there. Each new trooper will be supervised by a training officer for 8 weeks after reporting to their post assignments. Booth space is now available for the second annual Barron County Farm, Home, and Garden Expo, and the 2019 event will be the place to showcase your new products and services to the general public, just in time for the spring. The Barron County Farm, Home, and Garden Expo will be April 26th and 27th at the Glasgow National Guard Armory. The Glasgow Barron County Chamber is planning a fun-filled family event as a spring kind of with all the activities that go along with it. From spring planting to cooking demonstrations to gardening to remodeling, there will be something for everyone to see. Booth space is limited. Please call 651-3161 at the Chamber office for more details. Also, Kentucky State Police will have periodic traffic safety checkpoints throughout the 8 counties of the Post 3 area in the upcoming months. If you approach one of these checkpoints, be prepared to produce your operator's license, valid proof of insurance, and the registration receipt for the vehicle you're driving. In Barron County, they could be possibly set up at the following locations: on US 31W at the Evanston County and Hart County lines, as well as Kentucky 255 intersection and Jack Turner Road. Also US 68 and Kentucky 255 at Bon Air, Kentucky 70 at the intersection of Kentucky 314, 255, and 740 in Hiceville. Also Kentucky 1846 and Old Lexington Road, and Kentucky 249 a half mile south of the Glasgow limits. Also in Hart County, several options for you as well at US 31W, US 31E, and Kentucky 218 and Kentucky 88 intersections with various main roads throughout the county. More local news when we continue here on WCLU. Right now it's 51 degrees, 616.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50+ years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry.
From the Kentucky News Network.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one, or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com. In more local news at this hour, a recount in a Kentucky State House race originally won by a Democrat by a single vote has ended in a tie after the local Board of Election decided to open and count 5 absentee ballots that had previously been rejected. It's unclear what comes next. Democrat Jim Glenn defeated former Republican State Rep D.J. Johnson on Election Day by a 1-vote margin. Kentucky does not have automatic recounts, and the Kentucky State Board of Elections certified Glenn as the winner. He was sworn in on January the 5th and has an office and has been assigned to committees. But the Republican-controlled state legislature ordered a recount on Johnson's request, relying on a state law that allows candidates in legislative races to contest election results. Saturday, the Davis County Clerk's Office recounted more than 12,000 ballots by hand. Glenn emerged from that process ahead by 3 votes, but after a personal appeal from Johnson, the Davis County Board of Elections, which consists of 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats, voted to give Johnson one of those votes back, putting him down by 2. Then the board reviewed 17 absentee ballots that had unanimously been rejected on Election Day. At this time, the board decided 5 of those ballots were legal and opened them. Johnson received 3 of them, Glenn received 1, and 1 ballot was blank. That made the final result a tie, with each candidate receiving 6,323 votes. The next step is for the Davis County Clerk's Office to send a report to the Election Contest Board, a legislative panel of 6 Republicans and 3 Democrats, which must decide what to do next, eventually give a report to the House of Representatives, which has the ultimate say in that matter. A state law indicates the board must choose the winner by drawing lots. But Anna Whites, Glenn's attorney, noted Glenn has already been sworn in and seated as a state legislator, and the only way he can be removed is impeachment. She said Glenn would file a lawsuit over any attempt to remove him from office. Glenn did not attend Saturday's recount. Reached by phone, he indicated he did not accept the results as legitimate. He says, quote, I won. I'll say it again. Normally, you don't count invalid ballots. Johnson, who attended the recount with his lawyer, said the results show the recount was worth doing. He says, regardless of the outcome, I've always wanted to make sure the votes that should be counted have been counted, and that's what we did today. Most of the District 12's absentee ballots that had been rejected on Election Day were either missing a signature or were not mailed in the proper envelope as required by law. Kentucky health officials say they are investigating after vaccines administered at workplaces in Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio caused infections. According to the Kentucky Department of Public Health, the company that provided the vaccines is Mount Sterling-based Location Vaccination. Most vaccinations were administered in central Kentucky after September 1st. The agency says the vaccines may not have only caused the infections, but also may have been ineffective in preventing illness. The agency is encouraging individuals with vaccination-associated infections to consider getting another round to ensure full immunization. State officials in Kentucky have delayed the start of some new eligibility rules for a portion of its Medicaid population. Kentucky is one of 36 states to expand its Medicaid program under former President Barack Obama's health care law to cover more people. President Donald Trump's administration gave Kentucky permission to require those people to do things like get a job, go to school, or do community service work to maintain their coverage. The Veblen administration calls these rules the community engagement requirements. A federal judge blocked the rules last year, but Trump administration approved them at a second time in November. Kentucky had prepared to begin implementing some of the rules April 1st. On Thursday, state health officials said the community engagement requirement would begin no sooner than July 1st. A spokesman said a pending legal challenge in the federal government shutdown contributed to the delay. For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce reporting. Up next, it is Kentucky News Network.
A local radio service of Royce Radio Incorporated. This is WCLU Glasgow.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Billy Rutledge. Police responded to a shooting in the 1700 block of Ivy Ridge Lane around 4 a.m. Sunday morning. Authorities were called to Ashley Point Mobile Home Park, where officers found a man shot outside of a trailer in critical condition. The man was taken to University Hospital, where he died, and now the shooting has left the mobile home community concerned for their own safety. Resident Brian Lewis said,
"We hear about it on the news all the time. Like I said, this is the second time it's happened back here, probably within the past year, or maybe a little more than a year."
Police have made no arrest in the case, and authorities have yet to identify the victim. A prisoner escaped from the West Kentucky Correctional Complex in Lyon County, Kentucky, early Sunday morning. Kentucky State Police were notified of the escape of inmate Aaron Alexander Davis at 6:10 a.m. It would take officials only 3 hours to apprehend the suspect, thanks to a tip received from the public. KSP located Davis in a field in Caldwell County and charged him with escape in the second degree. Authorities are looking for a missing Louisville man. 65-year-old Ernest Jackson was last seen Friday night on Grand Avenue near South 25th Street. Authorities say Jackson suffers from a minor intellectual deficiency and depression. He's described as African American, about 5'7", 180 pounds, and last seen wearing a blue-gray jacket and black jeans. And a recount in a contested Kentucky State House race where a Democrat was elected by a one-vote margin has ended in a tie. Democrat Jim Glenn defeated Republican State Representative D.J. Johnson on Election Day by one vote. But the Republican-controlled state legislature ordered a recount at Johnson's request. Glenn had a 2-vote margin after the recount, but the board decided to count 5 of the 17 rejected absentee ballots. 3 of those ballots went for Johnson, 1 went for Glenn, and 1 was blank. I'm Billy Rutledge.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Kentuckians are always on the move, whether you're driving down the road for a gallon of milk or flying across the country. Kentucky's new driver's licenses will get you there more securely than ever before. Rolling out by county starting this March, all cards will arrive in the mail. Choose between a standard license or a U.S. air travel and military base approved voluntary travel ID license. Preparing now will save valuable time later when you renew at your local circuit court clerk office. Learn what documents to bring at drive.ky.gov.
Looking for fast, easy, and secure electronic banking? Community Trust has a wide variety of banking services to meet your needs, including internet banking, bill pay, and mobile banking. We now have even more great services like Apple Pay, make payments directly from your smartphone, and People Pay, a fast, easy, secure way to send and receive money from your smartphone. Visit us on the internet to learn more at ctbi.com. That's ctbi.com.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time from WCLU is 6:25 on the live and local morning show. Looks like we could have some rain move in here over the next couple of days, but the temperatures are going to be very, very favorable for enjoying that rain event for sure. In area funeral announcements this hour, Brenda Jean Bragg, age 64 of Glasgow, died Saturday at Barron County Healthcare. She was born in Glasgow in 1954 to the late John Henry Cash and Alma Jean Cash, who survives. She was a homemaker and a graduate of Glasgow High School and a member of the Coral Hill Baptist Church. She is survived by a daughter, Sherry Renee Bragg of Spartansburg, South Carolina, two sisters, Linda Elmore of Lucas and Diane Capps of Glasgow, two brothers, Randall Cash of Glasgow and Gary Cash of Glasgow, five nieces, Stacy Poore, Amanda Ramey, Jenny Brown, Ashley Kidwell, Miranda Jones, and a special great-niece, Mackenzie Brown, and several other great-nieces and nephews. There will be no service for Brenda Jean Bragg as cremation was chosen. The A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home is assisting the family with those arrangements. Marion Odell Jr. Rowland Jr., age 65, of Tompkinsville, died Friday at the Medical Center of Bowling Green. He worked as a heavy equipment operator and was the owner of Rowland and Blythe Construction. He is survived by his wife, Tracy Blythe Rowland, a daughter, Heather Nicole Rowland, and her boyfriend, Taylor Capps of Tompkinsville, a son, Marion Heath Rowland, girlfriend Haley Brooke of Tompkinsville, grandchild Hayden Capps, three sisters, Mary Ann Rutherford and husband Jimmy of Florence, Alabama, Nancy Lynn King and husband Eugene of Barton, Alabama, and Maxine Wright of Barton, Alabama, a brother, John Rowland of Cherokee, Alabama. Service for Marion Odell Jr. Rowland Jr. will be held at 1 o'clock tomorrow at Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home, burial to be in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Visitation begins at 4:30 today and continues tomorrow until time for services. Bonnie Jackson, age 62, of Tompkinsville, died Wednesday at Greenview Hospital. She worked as a CNA at Cumberland Manor and is survived by a daughter, Marquita Claywell, two sons, Clifton Claywell and Chris Claywell, and wife Krista of Tompkinsville. 8 grandchildren, a brother, Ronnie Gregory of Indianapolis, two sisters, Louise Sleeth of Burkesville, and Rachel Caldwell of Waterview, Florida. A celebration of life service for Bonnie Jackson will be held at 2:30 today at the Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home. Ronnie Leslie Harris of Edmonton died Friday at T.J. Sampson Community Hospital. He was a factory employee and of the Baptist faith. He is survived by a daughter, Belinda Thompson of Edmonton, two stepchildren, Marquetta Dubree of Monroe County and Shonell Scott of Glasgow, a step-grandson, Tyler Scott of Monroe County, one brother, Roger Harris of Bowling Green, two granddaughters, Christian Shirley of Lexington and Hannah Thompson of Edmonton. Funeral service for Ronnie Leslie Harris will be at 1 o'clock tomorrow at Butler Funeral Home, burial to follow in the Metcalfe County Memorial Gardens. Visitation begins at 4 o'clock this afternoon at the funeral home. Floyd Eugene Monk Lindsay, age 69, of Litchfield, died Friday at Twin Lakes Regional Medical Center. The Edmonson County native was a roofer, a farmhand, and a handyman, and was a member of the New Home General Baptist Church. He is survived by a son, Joseph Lindsay of Bowling Green, 4 brothers, Cordy Lindsay, Charlie Lindsay, and Willie Lindsay, all of Bee Spring, and George Lindsay of Litchfield, 3 sisters, QB Frames of Hillview, Dorothy Clinton of Elizabethtown, and Reva Harp of Litchfield, a grandson, Tanner Lee Luderman, and a step-grandson, Davia Sams. Funeral services for Floyd Eugene Monk Lindsay will be held at 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon at Grayville Funeral Home. Burial to follow in the Christian Home Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 2 p.m. James Jim Bowman, 95, of Munfordville, died Saturday at Signature Healthcare of Hart County. Mr. Bowman was a U.S. Army Air Force veteran and a member of the Dover Chapel Baptist Church. He is survived by his wife, Betty Willis, a son, Danny Bowman, and wife, Sherry, of Munfordville, a daughter, Patricia Lee, and husband, Harry, of Charlestown, Indiana. 3 grandchildren, Kevin Bowman, Sherry O'Neill, and Lori Carr. 7 great-grandchildren, a half-brother, Lester Bradway, of North Carolina. Funeral services for James Jim Bowman will be Thursday morning at 11 o'clock at Seagull Funeral Home, burial to be in the Munfordville Municipal Cemetery. Service for Dorothy Faye Jaggers, 76, of Sweden, will be held at 2 today at Cove Hollow United Baptist Church, burial in the Cove Hollow Cemetery. Seagull Funeral Home is in charge of those arrangements. Service for Travis May Gardner, 65, of Munfordville, will be held today at 1 o'clock at Brooks Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Cub Run Cemetery. Visitation begins at 9 o'clock today. Service for Ollie Mae Walker, age 104, of Tompkinsville, will be today at 1 o'clock at Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home. And funeral services for Alpha Omega Jones, 82, of Knob Lick, will be at 11 this morning at the Ebenezer Baptist Church. Burial to follow in the Ebenezer Cemetery. Butler Funeral Home is in charge. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes
6:31 from WCLU and 52 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. In high school basketball tonight, Glasgow travels to Allen County, Scottsville for a very important 15th District doubleheader that could determine the regular season district champions for both the girls and the boys. If the Lady Scotties get a win tonight, they will earn the number 1 seed for the district tournament, and if Glasgow's boys are victorious, they will tie ACS for the district title and would force a coin toss to determine the number 1 seed. You can join Joe Myers, Larry Alexander, and Bruce Tribune on the road tonight for live coverage of both games beginning at 5:50 on WCLU 103.1 FM and 1490 AM and online at playwclu.com. Those attending the games in Scottsville will be able to tune in to the broadcast inside of the gym only on WCLU Sports Plus 97.3. Tip-off for the girls' game tonight, 6 p.m. Other girl-boy doubleheaders tonight, Barron County hosts Bowling Green, Caverna goes to Edmondson County, and Todd Central entertains Rossville, Tennessee. Girls action, Hart County welcomes Warren Central, and Russellville is at home against McLean County. In a boys' game tonight, Clinton County entertains McCreary Central. And that's a check of local sports.
to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
203 Industrial Drive in Glasgow. 633 WCLU, 52 degrees. Yes, 52. That's a long ways from where we've been, but not as far as we're going to go as we talk with Jeff Marr at the Weather Channel, looking at the week today.
It certainly will be a warm start to this work week with temperatures running above average right on into Thursday before some colder conditions by Friday. In the meantime, a lot of cloud cover on this Monday and also a few scattered showers popping up into the afternoon hours as the high climbs to 64. Another round of rain tonight with a low of 55, and a cloudy day tomorrow with an occasional shower popping up and a high reaching 67. It'll be a wet Wednesday as well with showers and thunderstorms moving through and a high temperature topping out near 70 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. I've been watching the constant coverage in studio radar screen. The rain in West Tennessee is picking up in intensity and in coverage now. It's kind of sitting there and kind of growing. That's what's going to be moving through our area a bit later in the day today. But some thunder shower activity in West Tennessee, north basically of I-40 there, from Jackson on up into Paris over to Dyersburg there in West Tennessee. Not much happening in Kentucky, some light showers west of Hopkinsville, but that's kind of the way that it begins to move in our neighborhood. 29.98 is the pressure, southeast winds at 3 miles an hour. 86% humidity. Bucket is empty in the rain gauge this morning. And 52 degrees at WCLU. It is 6:35. And let's see. We need to get over here and we got some gongs to sound and things like that in behalf of some birthday honorees here before we get into the archives. And Ralphie's Fun Center says, come on out and have some fun.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the store in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
And boy, do they do a fun job at Ralphie's Fun Center. There's no question about it. Come on out and enjoy all of the fun. Got a birthday party, get together of any type, they handle it at Ralphie's Fun Center. All right, let me get over here and do the birthdays here. This is actually round number 2, but this is the one where we're not afraid to wake up a rooster. For example, Mr. Don Cox. Don Cox today is 80 years old. That's right, Mr. Cox. Happy 80th birthday. Marcia Walker celebrates. Ryan Francis is 33 today. Clay Robertson, happy birthday to you, Clay. It's the 18th birthday for Briley Barron. Briley Barron celebrating number 18 today. A.R. Taylor Jr. is 73. Ava Wood. Ava is 8. Aaron Turner Huff, Brad Manship, Brandon Bartley, Woody Gardner, Miss Brittany Jackson, Justin Heiser, Clarice Strode, Cheryl Reese, Lori Bunch has a birthday today. Anniversaries for Fran and Lee Bidwell, and Philip and Wanda Doyle. It's the 53rd anniversary for Philip and Wanda Doyle today. How about that? 651-9149-800-956-1023 online. Here we are, WCLUradio.com. And let me tell you, today we are patting on the back a very nice gentleman, Mr. Seth Gross. It's Seth Gross Day here on the radio. If you happen to see Mr. Seth Gross around today, pat him on the back. Be sure and let him know he's good as gold from everybody at WCLU and all of his friends all over South Central Kentucky. And a little taste of Texas. We'll throw them in there, too. And let's see here. We're at 6:37. Next up, it's the archives.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
Wow, would you look at that?
Look at what?
Bluegrass Cellular is offering huge trade-ins.
Huge? What's huge?
They're giving at least $200 trade-in credit toward a new smartphone.
Uncle Frank's in the market. Too bad he's not with Bluegrass Cellular.
Well, the $200 credit is available to everyone, even new Bluegrass customers.
That is huge.
Oh, but wait, it gets huger.
Huger, you say?
$200 is the minimum credit. If your trade-in is worth more, you get more.
Can this get any huger?
Oh, this may be the hugest yet. There's an additional $100 bonus when you add a new line. That includes new and current customers.
So you can get a minimum of $300 credit, a state-of-the-art smartphone, and a great new plan with Bluegrass Cellular? I'm going to get Uncle Frank on the phone right now.
Restrictions apply.
Uncle Frank, this is huge.
Stop by a Bluegrass Cellular location or visit online to learn more. Bluegrass Cellular. Your community. Expanded.
You know what that music theme song is to. It's the archives here on WCLU. We go back in time and explain a few things and see kind of what got us here, how we can appreciate it, and how we can just enjoy being Southern Kentuckians. The archives brought you today by Amedisys Home Health and by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. Mr. Sam Terry is right here with us, going to join us to discuss some of these things next.
Hello, I'm Kathy Murray. Did you know that some healthcare professionals still make house calls? Amedisys Home Health is a group of compassionate professionals who deliver the best care to our patients in their homes. Whether you're recovering from a surgery or recuperating from an illness, our home health nurses, aides, and therapists can provide medication and treatment to you in your home. Ask your doctors if you qualify for home health care, or call Amedisys Home Health Care at 270-651-7640.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, Sam Terry, let me say good Monday morning to you, sir. How are you today?
Doing well. How are you, Henry?
I'm doing real good. I'm enjoying the balmy weekend, and it's balmy. I did not even wear a light jacket to work today, which I'm kind of cold-natured, so if that's an indication of how the weather is out there this morning. Pleasant.
Well, it's nice out today, but hold on to your jacket.
That's right.
You'll need it later.
The Whitman Sampler of Weather, it's in Kentucky. All right, I want to, first of all, we don't brag enough on Sherry Wesley and her crew over there at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. They do so many wonderful things, and we just need to mention their names because of the fact that they've got things going on. The Black History Month is underway at the Cultural Center with this new exhibit, Churches of the Barons, up on the second floor of the Snavely Gallery. That's a neat presentation. And then on Saturday at 1 o'clock, this coming Saturday afternoon, is going to be a program about the evolution of gospel music from slavery to the present day by Pastor Chris Curry of the Oak Grove Baptist Church, with music performed by the Liberty District Layman Choir. That ought to be something very special Saturday afternoon for sure, Sam.
It will indeed. The Liberty District Choir is fantastic, and you won't find anyone any more musically talented than Chris Curry.
Correct.
That's a program not to miss, and it's a good way to go and find out about the Uncle John of Uncle John's Lane, because he has to do with our local Black history, and you'll see him in that exhibit down there.
I'm excited about it. It's going to be a good one for sure. Don't just turn your head because you're spoiled by what all we do have. Go out and take advantage of it. All right, let's go to 19 and 19. Sam, we got a picture to deal with that you have sent. Wes got it ready to go, but let me read the story as it was printed right here, okay? By one of those queer accidents which sometimes occur in a newspaper office, we failed last week to mention the death of Mrs. John Nelson at the home of her husband on Columbia Avenue. She was in her 42nd year. Before marriage, she was Miss Orpha J. Rigdon and was a most excellent lady. Her husband and 3 little boys survived. Now, those 3 little boys, many of us knew the mother of John Urey, Joseph Lauren, and James Orrin, the Nelsons. And that was apparently, I don't know the details of it, but there's a picture that Sam Terry had for us of those folks standing outside of a cave over there, I believe, wasn't it?
Well, the photo is of Orpha and her husband, John Nelson, who was familiarly known as Pa Nelson, and Annie Annie Gossam. And they are in Fat Man's Misery inside Mammoth Cave. And, of course, the Nelson family has had an association with the Mammoth Cave tours and exploration for many years. In fact, if you're familiar with Mammoth Cave, there's a feature there known as Orpha's Garden, and it's named in Orpha's honor.
I did not realize that. My goodness.
And I did a little digging and found out that Orpha died the 24th of January, so obviously the editor was apologizing for not getting her obituary information in, but I also learned that she died of typhoid fever after having the influenza. So,
my goodness,
100 years ago, we were still dealing with the flu.
That's hard to believe, and so young, 42 years old, and leave those 3 little boys. And there's a lot of history.
And Orpha's middle name was Jane, and many people would recognize her great-granddaughter as being Amanda Jane Nelson Regal.
Yes, indeed. And there's a lot of descendants that we know around here, and I'm sure they all know those stories, but it's fascinating to share those stories with everybody. And the newspaper man messed up and didn't get it in the paper even and apologized.
But he made amends.
Yeah, that's right. 1929, this story of the Glasgow Times, 44 years ago, February the 2nd of 1885, this section was blanketed with the heaviest snowfall ever recorded. 36 inches of the beautiful made traveling difficult and suspended all business for several days. Now, when I was looking at this, I'm thinking in 1885, blanketed with the heaviest snow ever recorded, we probably hadn't been recording snows all that long in 1885. But nonetheless, a 36-inch snow, that would lock up about anything, wouldn't it?
Yes. Nobody was going anywhere.
Referred to as the beautiful. But I bet they changed the tune after it took a while for it to get out of here. All right, let's look at 1939, Sam. Commissioner okays the walk for the bridge. This is important in the development of our community. District Highway Commissioner J.H. Bondurant and District Engineer Lyons, accompanied by Mayor Wynn Davis and Mr. E.L. Curley, visited the bridge over South Fork Street on East Main Street, which they viewed for the purpose of considering the proposal for construction a walkway on the side of the bridge as an extension of the walkway which is being built out East Main Street. Mr. Bondurant is reported to have taken one glance and immediately advised the mayor that he would recommend the immediate construction by the state. It's hoped that this work will be pushed to its earliest conclusion in order to relieve this heavily traveled highway to the extreme hazard that comes about by throwing foot and motor traffic over the same passageway. Sounds to me like that this man from the state saw it and said, this is a potential problem here. I'll okay it.
I believe that was probably a good move.
Yes, it was, and had the mayor out there, Mr. Curley from the Chamber of Commerce, and they said, yeah, this needs to be worked on. And I'm thinking that's right there just past Gorin Park, isn't it?
I believe that's correct.
The bridge they're speaking of. 1939. Got it done. You got to get in touch with the right people to get it done, though. Well, here in 1949, Sam, we have news from Poplar Springs. Mrs. Mary Matthews has received an announcement of the marriage of her son, Mr. Nelson Matthews, to Miss Edith McLean. The ceremony was performed in Indianapolis, where the couple will reside. Now, that's interesting. You know, we did things differently back there. We, went off, got married, and then sent a letter home saying, I'm married. Mom. 1949. 1959, I wish I could have, this picture was just a little bit too hard to reproduce here, but it's a good picture. I can make out some of these folks in here. This story in 1959 talks about Ted Simmons. Ted, the son of Mr. and Miss Wilma Simmons, and his companion, Robert Lane of Clarksville, Tennessee, enjoyed a tense 2-day foray in Havana, Cuba last Wednesday, when they observed the celebration of Patron Juan Martini, and on Thursday got a sneak view of the scene of the war trials at Fort Cabanas. The boys parked their jalopy at Key West and flew over to Havana. Now, this is 1959. These are some young fellas. Look at the trek they started on to drive to Florida and then fly to Cuba, and just for the sake of being in this celebration of Patron Juan Martini and going to that war trial, too. It's one way to have some fun on your spare time.
That's right. Quite an adventure.
Yes, it was. All right. Let me move over here to 1969. We got news from Barron County Schools about the new hires. 1969, they were hiring Barron County employees Sarah Seltzer, Karen Ruth Gibson, Tammy Eisenberg, and John Poteet. I'm sure some good hires in 1969 for the Barron County Schools. 1979, this day, Louise Majors was selected as the Glasgow BNPW Club's Young Careerist of 1979. And Mrs. Kathy Gill was the runner-up there in 1979. Some good folks for sure, all very deserving of those accolades. Let's move to 1989, Sam. This was the day in 1989 that the city of Edmonton got the news. They had been awarded $100,000. It was a state grant to provide off-site water improvements, which will allow Sumitomo to expand its facilities. Now, I think that was, back in 1989, an industry coming in here like Sumitomo, and the folks in Edmonton were brazen enough to say, yeah, we think you're doing good. We'll help you get better. And they worked with them to get that off-site water improvement done there in Edmonton, Sam.
Been a nice thing for Edmonton and Metcalfe County and the whole area, really.
Yeah, that's right. Yes, they just seem to get the job done. 1999, interesting. If you want to know where to trace it back, this day in 1999, the Glasgow City Council took the first step toward the creation of the Tourism Commission and the room tax. It will go to Barron Fiscal Court next for their consideration. So we were starting to see more and more tourism through here, and thought, well, we will try to do more and set up a room tax and a tourism commission, which continues today. And let's see, we've got some more personnel changes here in 2009, the Barron County school system. The Barron County Progress reported 2009 this day that Jeff Moore was named the principal at Red Cross Elementary School. He was assistant principal under Principal Barry Britt, who passed away last summer, sadly enough, but had to move on, and Jeff Moore became the principal there in 2009, Sam. And that, to me, is what I see. You see anything else?
I think we have pretty much covered today.
Yeah, and it's really interesting to see how that our community is hungry to know the things that are going on each and every day, and that's why these archives are so enjoyable, because of the reporting that was done. We got a newspaper man apologizing for missing a story there, apologizing publicly that he missed a story. That kind of shows what kind of hunger we had to know what was going on. And certainly a great time in our history. Sam Terry, thanks for joining us today, sir. I'm sure we'll have some more interesting things coming up tomorrow on the archives, and I hope that you'll be here to join us. Yes, sir. And thank you, sir. Our sponsors today, the folks at Ametis Home Health, and also brought to you by Joseph A. Wade, Industrial Hardware Services. 52 degrees at WCLU.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow. Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like-new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local healthcare provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding, and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
52 degrees, 654 at WCLU this morning. Let me tell you about something coming up on Saturday. It's the Friends of the Library's annual Sweet Winter event. Chocolate Around the World. Saturday from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. at the library. Now here's the particulars. Sample chocolate from 3 countries for $2, or from 6 countries for $3, and then you vote for your favorite. There's books and CDs and movies and delicious baked goods for you, and your Valentine will be available for purchase too. As an added treat, meet the children's author Ethan Goodrum, who is going to be selling and autographing his picture book, Night Derby. All proceeds support the library's science, technology, engineering, art, and math programs for children, which are expansive. It's amazing what they do down there. They don't make a lot of racket about it. They just do it. If you have information that you'd like to gain on this more, you can contact the library at 270-651-2824. That's 270-651-2824. Chocolate Around the World. Every Monday and Tuesday, enjoy half-off sushi and appetizers at Shogun Bistro in Glasgow all day long. That's right, half-off sushi and appetizers. Shogun Bistro of Glasgow. You've chosen
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's own.
We need to go ahead and talk about the way the weather is shaping up today, because it's a pleasant conversation, but it will change, as it often does. The weather today brought to you by South Central Bank.
Hi, I'm Janelle Pettigo. I have been with South Central Bank for 13 years. From day one, I realized our customers are the best. We are very fortunate to have each and every one of them. They have made us what we are today. Here at South Central Bank, we make commercial loans, agricultural loans, mortgage home loans, personal loans, and automobile loans. Our goal is to treat our customers great, as they deserve the best. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
It certainly will be a warm start to this work week, with temperatures running above average right on into Thursday before some colder conditions by Friday. In the meantime, a lot of cloud cover on this Monday, and also a few scattered showers popping up into the afternoon hours as the high climbs to 64. Another round of rain tonight with a low of 55, and a cloudy day tomorrow with an occasional shower popping up and a high reaching 67. It'll be a wet Wednesday as well, with showers and thunderstorms moving through and a high temperature topping out near 70 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, Jeff, let's zoom in again on this constant coverage and studio radar screen. The rain shower activity that's our next rainmaker is in West Tennessee, marching. I do mean marching across West Tennessee. Some heavy showers there from about Jackson northward through Paris on into Murray this morning. Then some lighter showers as you move toward Nashville, but a big line of showers is going to be coming through the metro Nashville area within the next hour. And that's just kind of all the stuff that's building to give us rain this afternoon, and then for a couple of days after that. The barometer is at 29.98, southeast winds at 3 miles an hour, 86% humidity. Nothing in the bucket yet, but it's coming, 52 degrees. This WCLU weather update brought to you by your friends at South Central Bank.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Let's go.
Benjamin Franklin supposedly said, "Your net worth to the world is usually determined by what remains after your bad habits are subtracted from your good ones." What are your habits? What do they contribute to your family, to your church, to the people around you? What we've been trained to do, whether good or bad, defines the benefit to the people around us. It's sad to consider how much time and energy and money has been spent seeking to develop positive worldly habits, and how little thought has been given to developing positive spiritual habits. The person that you will be years from now will be determined by the habits that you have today. The Bible tells us to train ourselves to distinguish good from evil, to train ourselves to exercise godliness. What would the Lord think of the habits you have today? This has been Bart Warren for the South Green Street Church of Christ.
Hack Whitty, Marita Whitty Lyle, David Whitty, Becky Lyle, names that have been trusted in this community for quality auto repairs for 46 years. Names you can continue to trust for many years to come. At Whitty's Complete Car Care, they specialize in all your car repair needs, including brakes, tune-ups, and diagnostics. And you won't believe their amazing tire prices. If you're ever in need of towing or unlocking service, Jeff is ready and waiting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Whitty's Complete Car Care on Rogers Road in Glasgow, 46 years and counting.
Hey everybody, this is Arn Dog. I want to remind you all about the easiest way to remember where to find your next home or business. Just go to GlasgowKYHomes.com. That's where you'll find a complete listing of property available from Glasgow's Realty and Auction. Randy Gibbons, principal broker, is a personal friend, and I can assure you that he and Tara Vincent will treat you right. Located on the square in Glasgow. That's Glasgow Realty and Auction. Call 651-SOLD, and remember, GlasgowKYHomes.com.
I believe it's time to play trivia. That's right. Trivia here on WCLU, brought to you by Little Caesars Pizza. And yeah, they are regrouping today after the big Super Bowl rush, but they'll be ready for you. You could win a pizza, and I'll get you the question here straight ahead.
We want pretzel crust. We want pretzel crust fans, rejoice because it's back. By popular demand, Little Caesars large, soft pretzel crust pizza featuring a creamy cheddar cheese sauce, pepperoni, and a 4-cheese blend surrounded by a delicious salted soft pretzel crust for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 and only $6 from the home of pretzel crust pizza, Little Caesars.
Pizza. At participating locations plus tax.
Here we go with the question. You provide the answer. 651-914-900-956-1023. I love this question because of the question. The answer is not all that interesting, but the question is incredible. Listen up. What prominent surrealist artist was excommunicated from surrealism in the late 1930s? Let me get all those isms in there. What prominent surrealist artist was excommunicated from surrealism in the late 1930s? Yeah, I read it at least 3 times to say, what? Trivia.
Was it Picasso?
No, it wasn't Picasso. This is a prominent surrealist artist who was excommunicated, of all things, from surrealism in the late 1930s. 651-914-900-956-1023. Hello, Trivia.
Dali.
Say it again.
Salvador Dali.
That's exactly right. And who's this speaking?
Jesse Brown.
Hello, Mr. Brown. How you doing?
Fine.
What do you know about surrealism, sir?
Not a whole lot.
Well, here's the thing. Salvador Dali was he was an eccentric sort of a fella. By anybody's, yeah, he had that signature mustache.
Right.
But he, if you read about him, and I was doing some reading last week when I was working on this, he felt like as art, he could expand all the corners of the mind. In other words, a lot of these things that he painted are very beautiful, but kind of like all over the place, like this one that I got on TV with the with 2 Victrolas and it's just a strange looking thing, but nonetheless, it really explores the mind. That's just one of the many surrealist paintings that he did. But now, do you know why he was excommunicated?
I have no idea.
Well, now, first of all, let's talk about this, Mr. Brown. I never thought of a type of art where you belong to some group, and then that group could excommunicate you from doing that kind of art. Have you ever thought about that?
I didn't realize they could do that. I guess they couldn't keep him from doing it.
They excommunicated him for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Well, here's the reason. The reason why he was excommunicated because he was unwilling to denounce fascism in the mid-1930s. Now, that's right up your alley, fascism.
Absolutely.
And all that. Yeah. And these other surrealist artists of the whatever they were, the conclave or the pact or whatever, they wanted him to denounce fascism, and he wouldn't do it.
So it's more a matter of principle than it was the style of his art.
I think that's right. But nonetheless, I think after that, he still did a whole lot of surrealistic paintings. I think you ought to go.
Right, they couldn't stop what he was doing.
That's right. Excommunicated or not. I think that's an interesting way to look at it. But that's the reason why, this question is one of those, the question got me more than the answer. Because, good Lord, can you excommunicate somebody from a type of art? You apparently can. In the late 30s. Salvador Dali. And that is the correct answer, and I believe you can knock that pizza out, can't you?
I can do it.
We can excommunicate you from having a fixed dinner tonight by going out there and getting that pizza, okay?
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Brown. Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye-bye. All right, I'll read the question again. What prominent surrealist artist was excommunicated from surrealism in the late 1930s? It was Salvador Dali. And that's trivia today. Thanks to Little Caesars. Thanks to Jesse Brown. And we really look forward to playing trivia each and every day with you. And we'll resume that tomorrow, 7:05. The news is now.
CBS News Update. It took them more than 3 quarters, but Boston finally got the job done.
And the Patriots have won their 6th Super Bowl title.
Call on WBZ as the Pats beat the Rams 13-3. Correspondent Steve Futterman in Atlanta.
A celebration on the field here. The New England Patriots embracing one another, hugging one another. Tom Brady does it again. He leads the Patriots to yet another Super Bowl championship. He becomes the first quarterback to lead his team to 6 Super Bowl titles. And the Patriots tie the Pittsburgh Steelers for the most Super Bowl victories, 6.
LA Rams coach Sean McVay.
We were able to move the ball. We just weren't able to score very many points. We couldn't sustain the drives and get them into the red area or get them into the end zone.
Commercial standouts. Chance the Rapper teaming up with the Backstreet Boys for Doritos. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Royce Radio Family. WCLU, 1490 Glasgow. WCLU FM, 102.3 Munfordville, Glasgow. And W276DO, 103.1 Glasgow.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Check out the great deals at Gilead Auto Group in Glasgow. Stretch your hard-earned tax refund further during Gilead's Tax Time Sale-a-thon. Save big on over 450 pre-owned vehicles, starting at $2,500 up to like new 2018 models. Plus, we have over 100 vehicles priced below $9,900. We work with over 20 lenders to get you the vehicle you need and deserve, no matter your credit situation. If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Well, folks, I got to tell you, my 2 young bucks have come a long way these last few years.
Well, Bill, we had some good training. Pettigo Lessenberry has a wealth of knowledge, and we're lucky to have a company like that backing us.
Jared, don't you mean ISU Pettigo Lessenberry? ISU, integrity, strength, unity.
I tried to tell him, boss man.
We're just giving you a hard time, Jared. These young bucks, Jared Pursley and Daniel Bird, we're just so proud to have them. You know, the most important thing they've learned is that they want to be able to treat people right, and they work hard to find their customers the coverage they need.
We're ISU, Pettigo Lesenberry, growing with a proud community since 1902.
And still learning every day. Give one of these young bucks a call, Jared or Daniel, 651-8837. They'd be proud if you do, and so would I.
All right, Jared. It's ISU, integrity, strength, unity. All right, I got it.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. The Kentucky State Police Academy presented diplomas to 35 new troopers at a graduation ceremony held in Frankfort over the weekend. Their addition to the force brings the agency's strength to a total of 809 troopers serving the citizens of the Commonwealth. KSP Commissioner Rick Sanders said the new troopers were a welcome addition to the ranks, noting that 58 troopers retired from the agency in 2017. He says, who will fill their shoes? Who will walk in their footsteps and protect the citizens of the Commonwealth? Sanders challenged family and friends of the new troopers to help in the recruitment process. 7 cadets earned associate degrees in general occupational and technical studies from the Bluegrass Community and Technical College. Those include locally from Glasgow, Jordan Matthews, and from Bowling Green, Caton Parker. Also, the following is a list of new troopers, their duty assignments, and their hometowns. In Post 1 Mayfield, Justin Fox from Scottsville will be posted there. Also from Tompkinsville in Post 2 Madisonville is Trevor High. Post 3 Bowling Green is Brent Davis of Bowling Green and Jordan Matthews of Glasgow. And in Post 9 Pikeville, Caton Parker of Bowling Green. Each new trooper will be supervised by a training officer for 8 weeks after reporting to their post assignments. A recount in a Kentucky State House race originally won by a Democrat by a single vote has ended in a tie after the local Board of Elections decided to open and count 5 absentee ballots that had previously been rejected. It's unclear what comes next. Democrat Jim Glenn defeated former Republican State Representative D.J. Johnson on Election Day by a 1-vote margin. Kentucky does not have automatic recounts, and the Kentucky State Board of Elections certified Glenn as the winner. He was sworn in on January 5th and has an office and has been assigned to committees, but the Republican-controlled state legislature ordered a recount at Johnson's request, relying on a state law that allows candidates to contest election results. Saturday, the Davis County Clerk's office recounted more than 12,000 ballots by hand. Glenn emerged from that process ahead by 3 votes. But after a personal appeal from Johnson, the Davis County Board of Elections, which consists of 2 Republicans and 2 Democrats, voted to give Johnson one of those votes back, putting him down by 2. The board then reviewed 17 absentee ballots that they had unanimously rejected on Election Day. This time, though, the board decided 5 of those ballots were legal and opened them. Johnson received 3 of them, Glenn received 1, and 1 ballot was blank. That made the final result a tie, with each candidate receiving just over 6,300 votes. The next step is for the Davis County Clerk's office to send a report to the Election Contest Board, a legislative panel of 6 Republicans and 3 Democrats, which must decide what to do next, and eventually give a report to the House of Representatives, which has the ultimate say in that matter. A state law indicates the board must choose the winner by drawing lots. Most of the district's 12 absentee ballots that had been rejected on Election Day were either missing a signature or were not mailed in the proper envelope as required by law. Booth space is now available for the 2nd annual Barron County Farm, Home, and Garden Expo, and the 2019 event will be the place to showcase your new products and services to the general public just in time for spring. The Barron County Farm, Home, and Garden Expo will be held April 26th and 7th at the Glasgow National Guard Armory. The Barron County Chamber is planning a fun-filled family event. Booth space is limited. Please contact the Chamber at 270-651-3161. This is WCLU Local News.
A new year can often bring new challenges, but not when it comes to buying a vehicle at Bailey Gibson. At 306 Happy Valley Road, there will be no high-pressure haggling, just an honest effort to help you find the car or truck you're searching for. No stress or fret at Bailey Gibson in 2019. All you have to do is enjoy your new ride and that new car smell.
Yum! That new car smell is the best. It's almost as good as chocolate.
306 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow, the home of Bailey Gibson Buick GMC.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky.
My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Billy Rutledge. Louisville Metro Police are investigating a deadly crash that happened early Saturday morning in Smoketown. Dispatchers said an ambulance and another vehicle collided around 3 a.m. at the intersection of West Broadway and South Hancock Street. The coroner has identified the victims as Joshua Kidwell, 23, and Kenrick Farrell, 45. The cause of death was ruled as multiple blunt force injuries. Officials said the ambulance didn't have its emergency lights on at the time of the crash. Police in Louisville responded to a shooting in the 1700 block of Ivy Ridge Lane around 4 a.m. Sunday. Authorities were called to Ashley Point Mobile Home Park when officers found a man shot outside of a trailer in critical condition. The man was taken to University Hospital where he died, and now the shooting has left the mobile home community concerned for their own safety. Resident Brian Lewis explained.
We hear about it on the news all the time. Like I said, this is the second time it's happened back here, probably within the past year, or maybe a little more than a year.
Police have made no arrest in the case. A recount in a contested Kentucky State House race is a tie. Republican State Representative D.J. Johnson lost by 1 vote to Democrat Jim Glenn on Election Day. Johnson requested a recount, and one was granted by the state legislature. The recount on Saturday by the Davies County Board of Elections left Glenn with a 2-vote lead until the board decided to count 5 previously rejected absentee ballots, 3 of which went for Johnson, 1 for Glenn, and 1 was blank. The election board will send a report with the results to the House of Representatives, which will decide what to do next. And Governor Matt Bevin is challenging teachers. During an appearance in Elizabethtown on Saturday, Bevin challenged anyone to come up with audio or video of him calling teachers thugs, after a teacher referenced previous reports of the alleged comment. Bevin said he would give $1,000 cash to anyone who can find evidence that he said that about a teacher. I'm Billy Rutledge.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
At AT&T, we believe that access to affordable home internet brings you incredible opportunities. You can enjoy the power to explore a digital world of possibilities and connect with family, friends, and the things that matter most. That's why there's access from AT&T. If a member of your household is a SNAP participant, you may qualify for home internet at a discounted rate of $10 a month. No commitment, no deposit, no installation fee. Plus, get an in-home Wi-Fi gateway at no extra cost. Call 1-855-220-5211 or visit att.com/aware to learn more.
SNAP refers to the Federal Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. Pricing excludes tax. Service will include a monthly data allowance depending on the type and speed of service you receive. If you exceed your monthly data plan allowance, you will be automatically charged $10 for each 50 gigabytes of data usage in excess of your data plan, even if less than 50 gigabytes is used. For details about data allowances, go to att.com/internet-usage. Wi-Fi enabled device required. Other restrictions apply.
I was currently with no prosthetic company, and I was just getting my beginner's prosthetic, and it still wasn't comfortable.
That's when Mike met William Bray with Extreme Prosthetics.
I met Mr. Bray at one of my daughter's ball games, and he'd handed me a card, and he seemed very confident and knew what he was talking about, so I decided to go see Mr. Bray just for a consultation, and just in minutes I was more confident in it, full range of motion.
Mike and many others have given great testimonials for William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics at 400 South Broadway in Glasgow, which you can check out online at comfortforamputees.com.
Yeah, I'm a rather large guy, and it takes a special prosthetic to carry my weight. In the first meeting with Mr. Bray, he realized by looking at the material they used to assemble my prosthetic that it wasn't at the weight limit to carry my weight. And had I not went to that consultation, I'd have never known that.
Professional care from someone who wears a prosthetic themselves. William Bray and Extreme Prosthetics.
If you're just not confident with it, I'd say go see Mr. Bray.
Call 629-5347.
Hi, this is William Gray. We pharmacists in Medical Arts Pharmacy. You know, we all love our pets and always want the very best for them. Well, at Medical Arts, we feel the same way, so we've come up with a special way to recognize them, the Pet of the Month. That's right, at Medical Arts, we will select a Pet of the Month, and here's how you can get your pet selected. Simply take a picture of your pet on your cell phone, Send it to our Facebook page, and we'll pick the cutest pet out of those that are submitted. If your darling doesn't get selected this month, don't worry. We'll do it again next month, and your picture will be considered again. It's easy and it's fun. The pet of the month each month will be featured on our sign with its name and your name as well. Also, because you love your pet, you want to keep it healthy. And for those special medicines that your pet may need, we have Glasgow's very best veterinary prescription compounding center to make your pet feel special every day. So come in and see us. You and your pet will be glad you did. Medical Arts Pharmacy, Professional Park in Glasgow.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast. Sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
Do you know who your new Purina dealer in Barron County is? It's Southern States Glasgow Cooperative. Yes, Southern States now stocks Purina bag feeds, chicken, pigs, cows, and horses. Check with Frank or any of the friendly Southern States staff. Stock up on muck boots for the whole family and save 10% off. Men's, women's, boys, and girls muck boots in the latest styles. And as the weather cools down, check with Jimmy at Southern States to learn about ventless propane heaters from 10,000 to 30,000 BTUs. The staff at Southern States is ready to help you year-round in every way. 300 Sampson Street, Glasgow.
It certainly will be a warm start to this work week with temperatures running above average right on into Thursday before some colder conditions by Friday. In the meantime, a lot of cloud cover on this Monday and also a few scattered showers popping up into the afternoon hours as the high climbs to 64. Another round of rain tonight with a low of 55 and a cloudy day tomorrow with an occasional shower popping up and a high reaching 67. It'll be a wet Wednesday as well with showers and thunderstorms moving through and a high temperature topping out near 70 degrees. I'm Jeff Marr from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Jeff. And we're at 7:20. Let's look at the roof cam up there just for a minute because we have the radar screen in front of us, but we are not seeing rain on the radar screen here in Barron County, but we are seeing some light showers in downtown Glasgow this morning. Kind of an odd weather pattern right here, but not enough moisture in the air to show up on the radar screen, but certainly it's on the square in downtown Glasgow. There's no big push that's coming through, but as you can see out there, the roadway a little bit damp. There's some very light showers on the Kentucky-Tennessee border to our south, so we're seeing the moisture kind of spread into the region this morning as we look at the constant coverage in studio radar screen. But for the most part, we got a good start to the day. Barometers at 29.98. Southeast winds at 3 miles an hour, 86% humidity. It feels nice out there for sure as we get going here today. It's 52 degrees from the studios of WCLU. Let's turn to local sports. In high school basketball tonight, Glasgow travels to Allen County, Scottsville for a very important 15th District doubleheader that could determine the regular season district champions for both the girls and the boys. If the Lady Scotties get a win tonight, they will earn the number 1 seed for the district tournament, and if Glasgow's boys are victorious, they will tie ACS for the district title and would force a coin toss to determine the number 1 seed. You can join Joe Myers, Larry Alexander, and Bruce Tribune on the road tonight for live coverage of both games beginning at 5:50 on WCLU 103.1 FM and 1490 AM and online at playwclu.com. Those attending the games in Scottsville will be able to tune in to the broadcast inside of the gym only on WCLU Sports Plus 97.3. Tip-off for the girls' game tonight, 6 p.m. Other girl-boy doubleheaders tonight, Barron County hosts Bowling Green, Caverna goes to Edmondson County, and Todd Central entertains Rossville, Tennessee. Girls action, Hart County welcomes Warren Central, and Russellville is at home against McLean County. In a boys' game tonight, Clinton County entertains McCreary Central. And that's a check of local sports.
Here's the score from the Kentucky News Network. I'm Scott Fitzgerald. Super Bowl 53 from Atlanta in the books last night.
First play in the red zone. The first one for the game on either side from the 2. First and goal. Running it for the touchdown.
And that was all the Patriots would need. The dynasty continues. Even though it was the lowest scoring Super Bowl ever, the defense came up big as the Patriots edged the Los Angeles Rams 13-3. Rookie Sonny Michel scoring the lone touchdown of the game. That in the third quarter. That made it 10-3 for the Patriots. And ironically, Michel had just lost the national championship playing for the neighboring Georgia Bulldogs that last year.
That was a tough loss last year. But a wise man told me, be where your feet are. And
There's no better feeling than winning the Super Bowl. Not many people can say they won the Super Bowl.
Julian Edelman was named the most valuable player. Edelman catching 10 passes for 141 yards. Edelman is the first receiver to take home the Super Bowl MVP honor since Santonio Holmes did it in Super Bowl 43 for Pittsburgh. The Bengals are expected to officially announce today Rams quarterback coach Zach Taylor will be their head coach. Cincinnati could not, according to protocol, make the announcement until after the Super Bowl. Taylor replaces Marvin Lewis, who was dismissed after coaching the Bengals for 16 years. The Round Ball now. Ryan Howard scored 16 points and Taylor Murray added 13 as 19th ranked Kentucky topped Florida 62-51 yesterday at Rupp Arena. The Cats moved to 18-5 overall and 5-4 in the SEC as they visit Auburn on Thursday. And to the Round Ball now on Saturday, 16th ranked Louisville fell to 10th ranked North Carolina 69-79, snapping a 6-game winning streak. It's a quick turnaround for the Cards as they're in Blacksburg tonight to face 10th ranked Virginia Tech. Finally in golf news, Ricky Fowler stumbled to a 3/74 in Sunday's final round but held on to win the Waste Management Phoenix Open by 2 strokes. Fowler finishing 17 under par. I'm Scott Fitzgerald.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
I remember as a young girl going to Community Trust Bank with my mom. She would pack us all up and then we'd all go inside. Now I have 2 little girls of my own and I look back and I don't know how she did it. I still bank at Community Trust. They have 79 branch locations, over 100 ATM locations, online banking and mobile banking. They've made it so much easier for me and my family. And that's what I love about Community Trust.
Community Trust Bank, building communities built on trust. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. It's the Championship Tractor Pull, February 13th through the 16th at Freedom Hall. Tickets start at $10 at Ticketmaster.com and champpull.org. It's louder than ever. The Championship Tractor Pull is powered by Syngenta. Visit champpull.org for more information.
725 WCLU and 52 degrees. We're putting together the birthday list right here. We're going to share it with you just in a minute. But we do need to get over here and make sure that you know that today, by special request, we are patting on the back Seth Gross. That's right. It's Seth Gross Day here on the radio. If you happen to see Seth Gross around town today, we'd love it if you would pat him on the back and tell him he's good as gold from his friends here at WCLU and a little taste of Texas. Let's see. Also want to talk about the 20th annual fundraiser for Caverna High School Athletics baseball team to be held Saturday at Caverna High School Gym. The Ultimate Championship Wrestling with the bell time at 7:30. Also a meet and greet with WWE Hall of Famer star Jimmy Hart from 5 until 6:30. You can call for information about ticket prices or to purchase tickets in the school office Monday through Friday, 773-2828. Or Coach Frank at 606-813-0235.
Nobody can afford downtime, which is why more and more people depend on Haywood Sales and Service to keep their equipment operating properly. They're your Hustler mower dealer. Hustler built the world's first zero-turn mower 50 years ago. Haywood Sales and Service proudly handles Hustler parts and service. Other brands too, as well as tractors and all types of farm implements. A short trip to Haywood Sales and Service on the Finney Road at Haywood, and you'll discover people who really do know what they're doing. Let them minimize your downtime. 270-814-1068.
Every Monday and Tuesday, enjoy half-off sushi and appetizers at Shogun Bistro in Glasgow all day long. That's right, half-off sushi and appetizers. Shogun Bistro of Glasgow. You've chosen wisely.
Think an investing strategy needs to be overly complicated in order to be smart? Hi, I'm Sheila Perkins, your Glasgow Edward Jones financial advisor. Often, the best investing strategies are straightforward and understandable. While there are lots of complicated, trendy investments out there, I focus on the fundamentals. That includes diversification, quality investments, and strategies designed to help you meet your goals. And I'll sit down with you face to face to make sure what you're investing in is not confusing to you. Contact me at 270-629-3630.
When
was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the store in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Whatever's going on, Ralphie can make it funner for sure. That's Ralphie's Fun Center. And I've got the birthday list over here. Actually, I have buried it over here somewhere. So give me a second and I will find that birthday list.
It runs in the family. I do the same thing.
Yeah, we shuffle a lot of stuff up here. A lot of papers. It's not stuck to that. Not stuck to this. This is a live broadcast, you know. Got to set off a bug bomb to find the birthday list. All right, we've got folks like Lori Bunch celebrating a birthday today. Also, Cheryl Reese, Clarice Strode, Justin Heiser celebrates. Brittany Jackson, Woody Gardner, Brandon Bartley, Brad Manship, Aaron Turner Huff, Ava Wood. Ava, by the way, is 8. A.R. Taylor Jr. is 73. Briley Barron with a birthday. Clay Robertson. Mr. Don Cox. Mr. Cox, we rattled out a rooster for you last hour here on when we announced your birthday. Happy 80th birthday to you. Ryan Francis is 33, and Marcia Walker has a birthday today. It's the anniversary today for Fran and Lee Bidwell. That's Fran and Lee Bidwell. And it's the 53rd wedding anniversary today for Philip and Wanda Doyle. How about that? 651-9149. 800-956-1023. Online, we're here at WCLUradio.com for you. We got some tidbit news to share with you right around the corner.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve.
Yes, we do have some latency here at the radio station from time to time. Nonetheless, I want to be sure and get Julie Thomas on the birthday club for today.
If you hadn't been to Colton Steakhouse and Grill, what are you waiting for? Okay, maybe you need a special reason. Well, here it is. Our sizzling signatures. There's the Hawaiian ribeye, marinated for 72 hours and topped with fresh grilled pineapple. Or how about our Del Rio ribeye, topped with melted ancho chipotle butter and crispy onion tanglers. Both these mouthwatering sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Colton Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
Colton Steakhouse, now open in Bardstown.
All right, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead. We're going to start just a little bit early on the tidbit news because of the fact that we have some pretty good tidbits to share today. So let me officially get the tidbit news program started over here with the official tidbit news intro.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
The definition of tidbit news from around the world and up the street. Interesting things, and I think you got some.
Oh, yeah. Super Bowl last night. Super Bowl was, a lot of people are going to say, what a dud. What a dud. But you know what? I disagree. I like to see two teams have really good defenses. And Patriots put on a clinic last night.
Yeah, and the thing is, A game like that proves that they should have been there.
Oh yeah, that would be a great rematch. I'd love to see them play like a 3-game series.
Yeah.
But last night there were like umpteen records broken, and I just think it's interesting to share. So let's pick this up on Twitter. And
a dud game with record-breaking performances.
Well, some of them are cumulative records.
Gotcha.
Well, most of them are actually.
Yeah.
But Sports Illustrated points them out. Oldest starting quarterback on the winning team, 41, Tom Brady.
Yeah.
It's interesting to know his youngest receiver is 35 years younger than him. He was when Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl. I forget the guy's name because I don't
Wait a minute. He's 41 and his youngest receiver is 35 years younger than him? How does that make him?
When Tom Brady, I'm sorry, I put that wrong.
He's 6.
I'm sorry. When Tom Brady won his first Super Bowl, the guy was 6.
Okay, I got you.
And now he's 23.
Got you. Okay, got you. I'm thinking he's throwing to a 6-year-old.
Sorry.
I would have noticed that.
Sorry, yeah. Here's another one. Most appearances by a head coach, 9, Bill Belichick. Most wins, 6, Bill Belichick. Most passing yards in Super Bowl history, 2,838, Tom Brady. Most completions, 256, Tom Brady. Oldest winning head coach is also Bill Belichick, 66. Then you get into the nitty-gritty of the game, and you've got fewest points from both teams, 16 points. It's the fewest ever in a Super Bowl. Fewest points by the winning team, 13. Fewest combined touchdowns, 1. New England had 1 late touchdown. Most consecutive drives ending with a punt, 8.
Yeah.
The Rams punted 8 times in a row.
Now, didn't the Rams also pick up the record punt? The longest punt ever in history?
They flipped the field. I know that kept them in the game.
Yeah.
Kept them in the game when they really were kind of out of him. And then most receptions in the first half, Julian Edelman. What a beast. And that's just some of them.
Yeah.
Fewest touchdowns, 0 by the Rams. That ties a Super Bowl record. Fewest points, 3. That also ties the record. But do you think Brady retires now?
I don't know. He seems to be having too much fun at 41.
If I was him, I would ride off into the sunset and go home with my supermodel wife and put on my Uggs.
Yeah. Well, I think that would probably be a fun thing to do, just to kind of go and do something else for the next half a century.
I think he goes till he's 45.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I didn't use this when I asked that Super Bowl question, but I got to show you this letter I have. Your grandfather, my dad, was from Paris, Kentucky, and he was sitting in a drugstore owned by his best friend's daddy the day that Pearl Harbor was bombed. His friend was named Bill Arnsparger. Bill Arnsparger. They played high school football together. They wrapped up the year, and they went on and did some other things, and they both went to the war, and lo and behold, they came back, and they were both good athletes. Mr. Bill Arnsparger went on to be a football coach.
I do know that name.
And right on down to the Miami Dolphins 1972 perfect season. He was the assistant coach of the Dolphins.
That's right.
I've got letters that they wrote each other and stuff like that, some Dolphins stationery and stuff like that. So there's a lot of history there. It's pretty interesting because you can tell with all these records that were broken, there's still lots to be done.
Some of that I don't believe I knew. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
So Hank probably liked it, the fact that when I was 4, I was running around in a Dolphins football uniform.
He was familiar with that. Mr. Bill Arnsparger from Paris, Kentucky. He died just maybe a year or two ago, but nonetheless, quite apparently a great guy.
Gotcha. What do you have over there?
All right. Well, just a couple of fast food tidbits, I guess.
It's good for breakfast time.
A 14-year-old girl. Of course, you said that Brady threw to a 6-year-old last night.
No, he threw to a 23. I'm
okay,
sorry.
All right, here we go. Now we got a 14-year-old girl who allegedly ordered some pizza and then stole the delivery man's car so she could drive to visit her boyfriend.
That's almost as bad as stealing an airplane to go to a rap concert. Josie
Bigelow of Lehigh Acres was booked into a juvenile detention center on Thursday after allegedly pulling off the heist. I in no way condone grand theft auto, much less ordering a pizza you have no intention of paying for, but Miss Bigelow did show an extraordinary amount of guile. for a 14-year-old.
Guile.
That's right.
That's going to be the word of the day. Why don't you tell me what it is?
Moxie, or guts maybe. That might be that's probably the French word for guts.
Guile.
That's right.
Do you have the guile to do this?
Bonjour.
Okay, gotcha.
She called Papa John's. She ordered 2 pizzas to be delivered to a neighbor's house. So the delivery man, 49-year-old Christopher Cook, arrived and went to the front door. Nobody here ordered a pizza, says the neighbor, Noel Perez. He told WBBH. He says, I don't eat pizza. So while they were having the discussion with Mr. Cook, Miss Bigelow was hiding in the woods across the street. And according to the police report, she hopped into Mr. Cook's 2006 Ford Taurus delivery car, revved the engine, and drove through the front yard to get away. She drove to Lehigh Acres Middle School, where a policeman approached the car. Miss Bigelow took off at a high rate of speed, and the report said a police helicopter actually started tracking her.
Oh, wow.
She ended up dumping the car in a driveway 6 miles from her house, and that's where police apprehended her without incident at about 3:15 a.m. That's a lot of guile for sure.
Things are not looking good for her future.
That's right. They say here Miss Bigelow's father, who is obviously he wants nothing to do with it, says that Josie and her unidentified boyfriend actually planned the escapade.
She'll be Tom Brady's age by the time the state lets her have a license.
That's right. It's a bunch of guile right there for sure. She says, how can I get to my boyfriend's house? I know. I'll order a pizza from my neighbor and take the car.
Nothing can stop true love.
That's right. And that was I don't know, just an interesting thing.
That is interesting.
Anyway, that's a lot of guile no matter what you have. And
Where are the parents?
This was...
They're probably inside eating
at
pizza.
3:15 a.m., I'm checking on my 14-year-old.
I mean, pretty much, if you're out for delivery, you need to be on guard at that time of night.
That's right, for sure.
Because anybody up at that time is up to no good.
Next, we've got another fast food tidbit here. A McDonald's customer was arrested after calling police to complain about his Big Mac hamburger having onions on it.
It's in the song.
And challenging the restaurant's manager to a fist fight.
Oh, wow.
Are you ready for this? That's right. Leslie McDonald, he's 53. He was visiting the fast food chain in Manchester, England at 10:30 Friday night. He claims he received the wrong meal that he could not eat because of a severe allergy to onions. The newspaper reported that McDonald had been drinking prior to visiting McDonald's at 10:30 at night. Anyway, he threatened to fight the manager before calling 911 to report the mixed-up meal. The incident began to escalate when police arrived and asked McDonald to leave the restaurant. McDonald reportedly fell on the floor and grabbed a police officer's leg as they attempted to stand him up. McDonald also spit in an officer's face. That'll get you every time.
Every time.
While they were taking him off the premises. The police then were able to hold the defendant by his arms in the scuffle and escort him out of the store. He was arrested for the incident, which took place December of last year, and recently appeared in court where he pleaded guilty to assault and being drunk and disorderly in public. He stated he had left a holiday party at his work and he had consumed 6 cans of beer before visiting McDonald's. And he admitted through his defense attorney that
6 cans of beer.
But he has admitted that he should not have called the police, but he defended the food allergy, saying he was specifically asked for something to not be in his food, and it was. He added, I am not a violent person.
He really peeled back for that.
That's exactly right. He did. And so anyway, he's gotten in trouble there. If you don't want onions on it, I guess he has some evidence that he did actually order it without onions.
Wow.
So anyway,
I saw a video on Facebook of an ordeal where actually it was on Twitter, I think. But the guy was an Uber driver, but he's also a lawyer, and he's filming the cops as they're arresting his passenger, and and some of the cops are saying, "You need to put that away. You need to stop recording." Well, no, sir. If you're an on-duty police officer, I can record you all I want. But that still doesn't mean you're not just a punk.
Yeah, you need to probably learn how to get along with these people. He'll remember that.
If your
guy.
law practice is that good, you're not Uber driving.
Yeah, that's right. He's just trying to get some fame. There is there's a great deal of discussion that needs to be done about what can and what can't be posted on social media, and some of it is legal, some of it is just Well, actually, some of it's just courtesy.
I think we have a social media epidemic.
Yeah, we start having.
We need to get rid of it for a while.
Yeah, that's right.
It's come back when we learn to use it more responsibly.
Well, social media is one thing, but listen to this. What about Siri?
Okay.
There's a boy in Indiana who has been charged with intimidation after he told Apple's assistant Siri that he had planned a school shooting, and he posted a screenshot of his response online.
Artificial intelligence.
The 13-year-old middle school student was being held in the Porter County Juvenile Detention Center. Investigators don't believe the boy had access to weapons, according to the Valparaiso Police Department. The police there said in a statement on Thursday the boy allegedly told Siri, quote, "I am going to shoot up a school," unquote. The digital assistant then created a list of schools nearby.
Yeah.
See, this is
which school would you like to shoot?
This kid says, "Here, I'm going to shoot a school." Okay, here's something for you.
Wow, I believe that. You know why?
Yeah.
I was recording the news the other day for the afternoon.
Yeah.
And my phone was sitting right beside me. And of course, Friday. I mean, we had or Thursday or Friday one, and I mean, like we had umpteen arrests.
Yeah.
And Siri kept coming up wanting to dial the police station for me while I was reading the news. It's not me. I'm not in trouble.
That's right. Shut that thing up.
The criminals are in trouble.
Says here the student made no direct threat to a specific person, school, or school system. The threat is not believed to be credible at this time. However, these types of communications are taken very seriously by the Valparaiso Police Department. We continue to work with the community schools to ensure safety. The incident was reported to police in Chesterton by the boy's social media contact. So, you want to show off on Facebook and put something brazen or put something macho on there, you can't control where it goes. So
I tell you, I want to see the guy that was wanting to fight somebody over onions.
Well, that's in Manchester, England.
I want to meet that guy.
A 53-year-old guy in Manchester, England.
Huh.
All right.
I could have fun with somebody like that.
That's right. So that's what we have in the way of tidbit news. You tell me we got some music history here in a bit.
We do.
Right?
It's a big day in music history.
Okay.
We want to say bye to Facebook.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, Facebook. We'll see you tomorrow.
Okay. And we'll come back and do some music history here just in a minute, okay?
All right.
The new Hardee's is now open in Glasgow. Normally, when someone moves into the neighborhood, you welcome them, preferably with biscuits. But we already make biscuits from scratch, hand-breaded chicken tenders, and